Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be doing some videos on Black Desert and specifically some farming areas in Black Desert with the goal of showing some of the newer players some good farming areas that aren't Sawsons, because Sawsons is overcrowded, overused, and is a problem at this point. So to that extent, I am on Ovia 1, which is the returning and new player server. I'm going to be using the same gear throughout all of the farming areas that I will outline, which is very defensively stacked. I have emptied out pretty much all of my inventory, aside from the things that I use, and dumped all of my silver into a bank so that we can get an accurate representation of how much silver you make in a certain amount of time. The first area that I will be showing is the Shadows of Gahaz Elite rotation in the Gahaz Bandits' lair. This is not a part of the Valencia Desert, and it does not have any desert debuffs, so you do not need to bring any water or tea to combat those. It can be reached by heading northeast from Altanova, and the safe spot for your horse is you can right click the node itself. The node manager is right there, and the safe spot for your horse is in this valley here. So let's get started. Shadows of Gahaz are these white-haired bitches. They hit extremely hard and do several status effects upon certain moves, and I will point those out when they happen. Their major combo is the back knockdown followed by a slam. There's one of the status effects that's poison. That is applied after their teleport move, which she just did. The teleport move is fairly easy to avoid, so long as you see it coming, as it has an obvious tell and a very small AoE. Now, if you can avoid or block or are simply immune to the knockdown, it is a very good idea to get some major damage or regenning attacks in after the jump slam. The jump slam itself is easy to sidestep, as it will always target your current location at the time that she jumps into the air. Now, one of the reasons that this is a very efficient money farm is because, in addition to the Rosar gear that she drops often, she is nearly guaranteed to drop both the Blackstone armor and weapon. Those sell for 210 and 300,000 apiece, so you're getting roughly 600k per mob without any rare drops. Oftentimes you will have to clear out some of the trash mobs in order to get her to aggro, because her aggro table is apparently lower than the mobs around her. If you stay at range a lot, she does that range attack, which is based on the sorceress's Abyssal Flame move. It has knockdown and inflicts fire damage over time. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Okay, so it appears that when she does her point, I don't know if when she points it buffs her, but she has this thing where she points and grunts at you. And after she does that, she always does a very close range attack. That right there. Yeah, that is her Dream of Doom attack. Or, I'm sorry, Abyssal Flame. Let's see if I can clear out some of these trash mobs around her so that they're not constantly shooting me. Also, if you have a 4-hit combo, 3 hits of said combo will typically land before she recovers from her jump slam. So 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th hit she can attack you. So I would recommend using only 3 hits. One, 2, 3, and dodge. She seems to always do that spin before she does her slam, which I believe is Crow Flare or Crow Kick or something like that from the Sorceress skill set. But I've noticed that she has 2 different slam abilities. One is a local area of effect, and one is a ground effect that sends out streams. It has longer range. So some of the rare drops that I may or may not get during this run are pila face scrolls, which are worth 1,000,000 each. They typically drop about 1 in 5, or 20% chance from these enemies. But that is just my observation and maybe affected by positivity bias. Oh, yeah. Yeah, point, and then melee attack. The second hit of that melee attack is a knockback, not a knockdown, but it almost always stuns you for a couple seconds after being hit. It appears that if you stay a short distance away from her, she can't hit you with the first hit of her combo, but she tries to do it anyway. That may have just been wishful thinking. There we go. So, point, melee attack. There's her teleport. Now the degens that she inflicts on you with her status effects are fairly severe, and I would definitely recommend avoiding them whenever possible. And jump. See if she... no. Yeah. Whenever she laughs like that, that's when she does her Abyssal Flame. So there is an audio cue for that. No armor stone this time. Yeah, so the black stones aren't 100%, but they're very common. Ooh. Frame rates. There you are. Oh, that was neat. Okay, so it is limited in range. Her ground effect slam. Stop shooting me. Oof. Need to pay attention. Also, if you have any animation cancels on your class, particularly after side dashing, after she does her teleport attack is a great chance to use those. So like this, I can cancel the charge up of the spikes or whatever you want to call them. That's the charge up. And that exists in various forms as animation cancels for different classes. Melee attack. Ow. That one didn't inflict burn on me. That's interesting. Teleport has some range to it. I don't know if there's a limit to the range, but she just did it a good double dash distance. Say roughly from me to her now. The other thing is if you have any super armor skills that prevent you from being stunned, knocked back, and knocked down, you can use those during her melee attack if you want to trade blows. I wouldn't recommend it most of the time, so she does just stupid amounts of damage, and I'm not sure you would win the trade, but it is a possibility. where are you at? It would appear that the last Shadow of Gahaz is not spawned in at the moment. Nope. Hey, there we go. Perfect timing. These do have a rather lengthy respawn time, somewhere around 30 minutes. Given that there's 9 of them and you can clear them in maybe 15 minutes if you're good, I would recommend switching channels after each rotation to maximize the amount of time you can spend farming them. Another option that a lot of people use is due to this location's... Oh, I got poison and burn on me. That sucks. Due to this location's proximity to the Gahaz Elite farm that I will be going over next, you can rotate through Gahaz and then Gahaz. If you do not have access to Olvia servers where less people are farming these, I definitely recommend doing it that way instead, because there's no guarantee that you will have any of these spawned in upon relocating to another server. Ah, my cooldowns disagreed with me there. So that is all 9 of the elite spawns that I know of. I will be looking at the total time of this video and seeing what the overall silver per hour is. But we get 300k, no, this is 450k roughly from the 300 Gahaz seals. We got 8 black stones, that is 300k by 8 is 2.4 mil. So that's roughly 2.85 mil. 8 armor stones at 210k a piece is 16, let's call it 1.7 mil. On top of our 2.85 is roughly 4.5 mil. And then I actually didn't get a single rare drop out of these, but that is unusual. Honestly, just for purposes of silver per hour, I would recommend adding about 1 million to this whole run. 1 pila face scroll out of 9 is you can expect to get that, but just for this run myself personally, I got about 4.5 mil, and let's see what the time is. Oh, that tells me frames encoded. That doesn't help. Well, the time will be the total time of this video minus like a minute for the intro and a minute for the outro. So, thank you for watching. This is the Gahaz Elites rotation.